Very biased opinions. Very biased opinions. Biased opinions. Very biased opinions.
Do you know what the real sign of frustration in life is? It's that. That's what it is. This is bar fucking sponsored anger.
It's a good job it's only water, isn't it? Welcome back, everybody. This World Cup is... fill in the blanks.
I'm drinking a lot.
Okay.
The last week or so, I've drank a lot more than I planned on.
Incident packed. Every game seems to have a lot of talking points.
Full of shit.
No, it does.
It does. There's a lot of talking points.
We've missed out on a few games though. We had to do a big rant about Portugal and Spain.
Yeah, and I needed that.
And
I needed that. But before we do anything, because I always forget, we'd like to really thank you all for following us. We have 600 plus Twitter followers now. 600 plus. We have over 80 Instagram fans, which is nothing compared to some people.
600 plus what?
People that follow us.
But you said 600 plus
Followers?
So what is that? Plus what?
I'm not sure. Plus what? I don't want to get my phone out on camera.
Oh.
Unless you want me to get my phone out on camera.
I didn't understand what 600 plus means.
It got awkward really quickly on this. Anyway, thank you for liking. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for Instaring. And yeah.
And MySpacing.
Oh! And thank you for WordPressing.
I've been working damn hard on the MySpace page.
Live journaling.
That's it. My typewriter's been going non-stop. If anybody would like a handwritten letter, please put your address below and I'll be happy to oblige.
No one should ever ask for somebody to put an address on the internet.
Yeah. Please put your address on the internet. So, stalling for time because we've got to talk about a lot of games. We really don't want to. So we're going to fly through a few of the games we haven't touched on. After the England game, the next game was Senegal-Japan. It was actually a really good game. Ended 2-2. Full of keeper mistakes.
But in
between that, 2 good goals.
Yeah.
I particularly liked Senegal's keeper absolutely doing the big flap.
Whee!
And you said Japan's keeper's made the same mistake in 2 World Cups now.
Yeah, 2 or 3 actually. He just keeps palming the ball to the wrong people. They showed it post-match. They just kept showing highlights and then give the ball to the wrong player, basically.
Both sides will probably think that's a missed opportunity to go through. Are they
both top of the group, though?
They will be, yeah. They're
both on 4.
Points, yeah.
So going to the final match.
I think that Senegal are top on goal difference because they won the first game 2-0. The second game proved how shit Poland are.
Quite literally. We have one note on this match.
Shit.
Can I just read your note out? Poland shit and can fuck off.
Yeah, they were terrible. They were so garbage, and they looked like they didn't want to be there. It looked like England 2010 to me. Just a team of talented players relying on a star, like we were relying on Rooney, and that star never showed up, and they were poor. Saying that, Colombia were excellent. Yeah. I thought I listed the players I thought were great. I thought Ospina had a great game, Barrios at the back, Cuadrado looked a constant threat on the wing. Quintero looks brilliant.
I had Colombia to top this group.
And for me, obviously, James made a big difference to their team, but for me, it was great to see Falcao.
Oh my god!
Back to somewhere near the guy he was before he had his career. Yeah, but
his injury and then his time at a bunch of clubs, and
I don't think you can really understate how bad those injuries were because he was a shell of the player in the Premier League.
Oh, it was awful.
And it's a shame you didn't get to see him in full flow in the Premier League.
I agree.
Because he's a great player. And I don't want England to play Colombia second round.
No, neither do I.
No. But that put Poland out and it put Colombia on 3 points going into their final round of matches. So also we saw the final group of games in Group A, which was already already known who was going to go through, but just had to sort out who was going to top the group. Uruguay beat Russia 3-0.
Spanked them.
Kind of did that show Russia's true colours? Yeah,
I mean, it was the first test Russia had, and Russia aren't a top team either. And they got taken to town, but like...
I think, sorry to interrupt, but I think they said it quite well on commentary that everything seemed to go right for Uruguay, everything seemed to go wrong for Russia. First goal was a Suarez free kick. Why that's not given as a foul in the wall when you've got 2 men pulling the Russian guys.
It's nuts.
Pulling the Russian guys off.
Yeah. It's nuts.
No? Nothing for that? No? Okay.
Imagery, Ian! Imagery!
It's me saying it. Suarez continues to look off the boil, though. Got outpaced by a 38-year-old defender.
What happened to him?
I don't know.
He doesn't look particularly fat.
A few weeks off, maybe he's just got rusty. But Uruguay got 2 more goals. The second one was a cruel deflection.
Yeah.
Russia had him. There was a red card in the World Cup. I thought these were not allowed to be given. Certainly not allowed to be given to Russian players.
Like 1 allowed per World Cup, and we'd already got it in Colombia.
Well, we've had 2 already now. That's the 3rd one. Or is it 4th one? I can't know, but there's not many.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Russia went in the first half. They went down to 10 men. Cavani got a goal at the end, and it was like he was like a kid in the sweet shop when he scored. It was the happiest moment of his life, I think. But that put.
I'm sorry. How would you feel if you're Edison Cavani and you're always second fiddle at a club and country, despite being probably one of the top 20 players on earth? Yeah. You're always second fiddle.
Yeah. I'm sure a bank balance makes him feel better.
This is a theme for you right now, isn't it?
But it is a bit, isn't it? I do have a hard time feeling sorry for someone who is that good and is that great and scoring goals in World Cups. That should have been me, damn it!
But you have the physique for it. You're like Lionel Messi with a couple extra pounds.
That's fat shaving 2018.
You see some of the footballers' feet, though. Literally, Lionel Messi.
Oh, yeah. Playing blind football.
Blind with a broken leg.
And he's still quicker than me. But Russia came. It meant Russia came second, and Uruguay won the group.
Just imagining both of you with a broken leg, with a blindfold on, racing, and like Lionel Messi's still going straight, and you're just tunneling him down.
I'm just like hitting the same wall.
Just like,
why am I not going forward?
Oh, right, sorry. Russia won. No, Russia. Russia lost.
In the other game in Group A, it was a dead rubber between Saudi Arabia and Egypt. Saudi Arabia, fair play to them, they got the win, but as I put in my notes, I think the real winner was Mo Salah, just for him being on the pitch.
I'm just get through this. I'm done with these teams.
Hey, one thing, quick. Saudi Arabia missed a penalty. 45-year-old goalkeeper saved a penalty.
He did.
Oldest man to have played at the World Cup.
He was.
That was quite cool.
That was quite cool.
I quite like that. But well done, Saudi Arabia. At least you had something to go home with. Egypt, terrible, crap, garbage. So, the early games today saw France play Denmark. The first 0-0 of the tournament.
Possibly the most boring game as well. It wasn't even exciting 0-0.
Booze at full time. And really nothing to talk about. Except for you feeling sorry for Giroud.
And yet again, you making a comment about how he makes millions.
He's a handsome man as well.
He's a gorgeous man. I want his hair.
Exactly. He doesn't have crippling depression. Oh, thanks for laughing.
What was the other game?
The only thing I wanted to say on this, and I've written a note of Cash for Schmeichel, and the only thing is nothing to do with the game, but I was just thinking, he could have been a British citizen, right? Well, he is technically. He was born in. I'm not sure if he was born in England, but he must have come when he was very young and has lived here long enough to claim it.
Yeah.
If he wanted to play for England, if he'd never played for Denmark and could play, do you think he'd be England's number one?
I think because of his name, maybe. But I started to notice he has this weird ability to play like 5 good matches and then 2 bad matches.
But is that any different than any of our keepers now?
I think Jordan Pickford as a shot stopper is more talented than Schmeichel is.
Okay.
I think Jordan Pickford is erratic and scary in goal because of his ability to run 30 meters out for no apparent reason. And in any direction. We're not just looking forward to receive a ball, like play, left, right.
This is old-fashioned like FIFA or PES. When you hit the triangle button and the keeper just goes charging out.
You still do that, mate, in FIFA.
Oh, I haven't played for years.
Someone's running through because they can only see 3 feet in front of them. You just drag the goalkeeper.
Is Pickford like that? Yeah. He'll just randomly just run out?
Yeah, just randomly runs out. Except that in FIFA that tends to work because the player running with the ball can't see the goalkeeper coming out. In real life, you can see the goalkeeper coming out. They change. You can't just run out. I don't know. Anyway.
Maybe Pickford's got a Predator-style cloaking device.
Where's the goalkeeper gone? He's invisible.
He just appeared.
There he is. He's kicked the ball away. What an effort!
And the striker always says, "You're ugly motherfucker."
Before getting lanced through the stomach with a sword.
Happens in every game.
The Casper Michael death toll now up to 38 at the end of the season.
I need more of these boring games. They're more fun to talk about.
Oh, that was garbage. What was the other game?
What was the other game? I'm trying to rack my brain to remember the other game. Australia. Peru won a game. Peru won a goddamn game.
You won and you scored goals. We're so happy
and
for
you. And you scored good goals.
We'll hopefully see you in 4 years.
It's Chile, you're going to be better. And hopefully we'll see you in 4 years, Australia.
I want to see him again.
I don't mind seeing them again, yeah. Aussie, Aussie, Aussie.
Oi, oi, oi.
Yeah, we're not carrying on with that. Too many bad cricket memories for me. Do we have to talk about Argentina?
I don't really want to. I think should we talk about Iceland first?
The only thing I want to talk about is Maradona giving the finger to people.
I hate football.
The only thing as well is Messi proved that he is as good, if not better, than Ronaldo.
I know we're in your house right now, but I will pour this beer all over you.
What has that taken? That's taken him to 3 now? 3 goals? I can't remember. I lost count. He scored a lot though, wasn't he?
1! It's taken him to 1 goal.
That doesn't sound right.
No, it doesn't, does
Usually
it?
he gets a goal a game. So I'm going to assume he's on 3 because he gets a goal a game.
The world's greatest player of all time has clearly scored more than one world.
He did score a nice goal. It was a nice goal, but it wasn't this worldie that they're talking about.
If I listen to Rio Ferdinand just bow down in front of the greatness that he sees, I swear to God.
It's a really well made goal. It's a great ball over the top. He's run onto it and he's finished it really well. But it's nothing more than what you see Henry do 1,000 times, Jamie Vardy do 1,000 times,
Kane.
Or if you went down any level of football, any competent striker, that's what they're trying to do. But when Messi does it, it's the goal, an amazing goal.
The only player I would describe scoring that as amazing is Raheem Sterling, because Raheem Sterling can't score goals.
Well, Raheem Sterling to score that has got to bounce back off the keeper, hit his knee, and then bounce off both posts, and then he somehow slides and gets the ball in.
What were we supposed to be talking about? The Iceland game?
We could talk about it, but they were the games that have just happened now, haven't they? So it's all in the same.
So Iceland have gone down 2-1 to Croatia. Croatia have topped the group on 9 points. We're the only teams to top a group on 9 points. They've had a really good World Cup.
And they've looked good. They've looked good in every game.
They're a well-built team. They have a little bit of age on their side. I know some Croatians that weren't happy. They say Luka Modric, etc. They're too old. But Luka Modric is a fine wine. He's proved that at Real Madrid.
Do you think that's the kind of just general pessimism that other countries must have, not just England have it, that other countries are a bit down?
You and I have talked about this before, about how we're not the only country that hates our nation when they play football, and my Spanish housemate came back last night in a foul mood. And she didn't even like football. And she's like, yes.
And she hadn't even watched the game. She just had a bad meal at a restaurant.
But she's like, I was like, oh, at least the game was good. She's like, well, there were 2 goals. I was like, no, there were 4. She's like, no, there were 2 goals. And I was like,
okay, she really doesn't know football then, does she?
No, there were 4 goals. But they're so unhappy about their nations. But honestly, Croatia have done well. I would not like to play them. They look well drilled. They're experienced. They're a good team. And honestly, they're world-class players in the center of the pitch. That is the scariest thing. It's like playing Italy with Andrea Pirlo. You just never knew. If he had a good game, you lost. Yeah. Because he could just control everything.
That's a good way of looking at it, yeah.
Croatia are going to be a hard team to break down in the second round. And that's it. They're a hard team to break down. They come up against a world-class team playing world-class football. Croatia will lose.
I think you sometimes just forget. I know we have listed their players before, but you just forget the players they've got as well. You forget about players like Mandzukic.
Mandzukic might be the most underrated striker in Europe. He scores Actually, I don't know how many goals he scores, but he always looks terrifying when I see him in the Champions League.
He's been around a long time and scored a lot of goals.
Croatia through. Let's talk about the big game.
Iceland. It's a shame Iceland are out. Are we going to do our thunderclap just one more time, just to celebrate? Well done, Iceland. It's a shame you didn't get through. I hope that's not the end of your little purple patch and you carry on.
This is Iceland, right?
We are going to keep it up.
We're going to keep it up.
Is that Iceland? I thought it was Brazil.
I may drape myself in it.
Yeah. But the although that game happened at the same time as Argentina, and all the focus was on the Argentina game tonight because it's Argentina, and they played Nigeria, who
No, it's not Argentina. It's Messi, God on earth,
Plus
the little
Argentina.
magician,
Plus
the
Argentina.
fun maker, the greatest human being to ever live. He smiles a lot. He plays great. Oh my God, Lionel Messi. Fuck. Sorry.
and he delivered.
He scored a goal.
They found a way to win. I didn't fancy them going into this game,
Nope.
but they ended up winning 2-1. Nigeria played with a lot of heart, as we expected to. They're down. What we highlighted at the start of the tournament was the fact that they can't defend, and that's come back.
Oh my God, what is Victor Moses doing at the end of that match? Marcus Rojo strolls into the area.
Man United's match.
I do like Marcus Rojo. But what's Victor Moses doing?
5 more years, Jose, for Marcus Rojo.
That's fine. Give him a 20-year contract.
20 years?
Yeah, he'll break everyone else's legs. He's not very nice when he tackles the ball. He hurts people.
Okay.
But he's amazing. Anyway, Victor Moses blew that. You can even see it in the replays. I don't know why BBC aren't talking about how bad the defending was there. He has 5 feet in the center of the box and he's a center back. A striker getting 5 feet, you're like, oh, what a great run. Yeah. When a center back gets that much room, you should be commenting on the defenders because he does not try that.
They did talk about it, Nigeria being naive, and their game management was poor at the end there.
It was really poor.
They
looked like they were through. They were through.
Yeah, they only needed a point. They only needed a point, and they were 1-0 down through the greatest goal of the tournament, but they did get back into it through a very soft VAR penalty. But a penalty.
A penalty.
But I'm not sure if that... Maybe on the scale of things that balances it out, because... Sorry, go on. You go.
I was just going to say, I like that VAR is being harsh on tackling in the box.
When you're not even looking at the ball.
Because it's become really blatantly obvious the last 2 years. Since VAR became an issue and became a thing we're talking about, they've started to highlight things you don't see and they don't talk about. And one thing is fouls in the box, which I've never even heard talked about.
Do you remember 2 years ago at the start of the Premier League, they said they're really going to clamp down on it, and I think one referee gave about 3 penalties,
and then that was it.
And then they all complained, and then they stopped doing it.
Yeah,
Hopefully that will stamp that sort of defending.
It's endemic in the game, and it's not something I think any of us knew was happening. And I think that when you see it in slow motion, and when they really highlight it too, and they're like, look at what's happening. You're like, I know you don't feel bad because they're all millionaires. But I don't want to get rugby tackled in the middle of the box.
Seeing things like that. I don't like seeing the. I don't like seeing that sort of play because it's obvious that they know they can get away with it. Yeah, so just doing it.
Well, it's just blatant cheating, and it's cheating that now that cameras are picking it up, it's a foul. Don't hug somebody in the box. Yeah. Just don't do it. And I know some people are like, oh, that's how you defend a corner. It's not. I don't know any coach on earth that tells their players, hug them and tackle them to the ground on a corner. That's something you develop, obviously, through the game, and you develop it because you've been allowed to do it, but it's not right.
What's your view on doing a crap defensive header that rolls down your arm?
Well, I actually think that's probably the most legal thing you can do, and I think every defender should aim the ball for his arm.
It seems like it. So, off the back of the really bad penalty that was given against Portugal yesterday, a similar thing happened in today. Well, not similar, but
I think it's worse.
So
is it
Nigeria played the ball in, and was it Rojo?
Yeah.
Heads the ball, really makes a bad job of his clearing header.
It comes off the side of his face.
And it rolls down but it hits his arm. And all the Nigerian players are protesting for VAR. The referee has a look at it, and he claims that that's not a penalty. And
this is another thing where VAR, right? VAR is supposed to be stamping out this stuff. And it's making it even more apparent that a referee has such... it's ridiculous. He shouldn't have that level of... But, like, when VAR first came out, when it was first an issue, I did not like the idea. For 2 reasons. One, FIFA are bad at everything they do. They are categorically terrible. They don't get anything right. They mess about as much as they can, and everything ends up being money. Do you remember when Hawkeye's like, oh, we've got a perfect piece of software to do goal line technology, and FIFA was like, oh, we're going to go with a company that's never done
Didn't
this
bribe
before.
them, did they?
No. And then you look at Hawkeye in the Premier League, and even the way they present it is really clean, it's really perfect, and it worked. It's seamless. It's a seamless introduction.
Mm-hmm.
And FIFA are like, oh, we're going to go with this VAR system that makes absolutely no sense.
But you've seen the goal line technology work well in this tournament.
Yeah,
It's indisputable evidence.
Yeah, because it uses science to back it. It's based on what's actually happening.
Well, I'm more of a religion fan.
I know you are. But no, I don't get it. I don't understand why every other sport that has video technology firstly incorporates the fans into it, and secondly allows for a bit more interaction and it allows for a bit more understanding. And there's more officials making a decision. Not one bloke looking at a computer screen just going, yeah, actually, fuck it, I think this.
And it's a hell of a lot quicker.
It's so slow.
No.
It has added so much time to games, and they're not talking about it because Gary Lineker and company have clearly been told this isn't an issue we want to talk about, and it is. It's frustrating as hell. It's annoying to watch. I'm sick of watching a game stop for 3 straight minutes. The referee can do this. No, go away. No, you guys go away. No, you stopped it. You go away. No, mate, you as well. Back up. No, mate, you go away as well.
Yeah.
It just keeps going. And they keep coming back and arguing. And the referees aren't giving out cards either. We're told, if you do this to a referee, you get a card. Every single time you get 8 players going. You got the coach on the sideline being like...
Yeah.
It's just football is a really lovable sport. It's a great sport. It's my favorite sport. But there are times, and this is one of those times where I love the game, and I'll keep... The World Cup has been great, but...
I hate... The thing that always brings football down to me is the play acting. If they just don't stamp out the play acting and they don't... And that's... Even now being used with VAR, with these players running up, trying to cheat the ref and pretending to go down and being injured. And it's a new way of game management, of stopping the game so the referee has to check on his earpiece. And it's...
It doesn't work.
It's frustrating as hell.
Why isn't there a challenge system? Why isn't there... If the referees, when they seem to advertise this, feel so attacked, feel so victimized, feel like they can't make a decision, blah, 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 why do you not put VAR in the hands of the coaches? Why do you not just go, here's ultra-fast replay, it's in your dugout. Within 30 seconds of the incident, you raise your hand and you go, challenge. Everything stops. I blow my whistle.
Like
if you're... Baseball.
Like, does baseball have a limit of how many challenges you
it's like 2 challenges.
Okay, so American football does, cricket does, tennis does.
Just... Why does football think it's better than everything else? It's like the U.S. men's national team. You're not better, you're worse. Sort your shit out.
Vote Tom for mayor. Right, on that, we've got to wrap this up, Tom. Going back to Argentina. So Argentina did get through. We will be seeing them play France, which, you might not like either sides, but that will be...
Hopefully France knock them out.
That will be an intriguing game.
It will.
Denmark play Croatia. You'd fancy Croatia, but Denmark are like the Roadrunner. They just don't go away.
They just keep going. Vote Bill for president.
Yes, and for the new VAR president.
And the head of the referees.
And we will see you...
Thursday.
We will. Well, we might do a live stream. So expect to see more of Tom.
Furiously angry.
Oh my god.